Here at Northwestern State head coach Mike McConathy. The Demons a one-game week this week. Nicholls on Wednesday, then a weekend off before getting back into Southland Conference play. Coach, maybe coming off your best 40-minute performance of the year, has it kind of been stepping stones, a half here, 30 minutes there, and you finally put together 40 minutes at McNeese?
Really proud of the guys because we did put a good, complete game together. We didn't start off great, but it wasn't that we weren't trying to make it be great. It was just a situation that we just didn't do the little things that we needed to do to make it happen, and we were able to lock in and get in a position to where we could.
We talked about a little bit Saturday after the game, learning how to win. I think this team probably needed to do that. You had a couple of close games, especially the game at Houston Baptist that didn't go your way. But those lessons learned, now you start to put that into practice. Similar for having closed out a game to continue to learn how to do that?
Well, I don't think there's any doubt. I mean, we didn't close the game at Houston. And, I like Houston Baptist, Houston Baptist had a great game. And we didn't make the adjustments we needed to, but we didn't make the decisions that we needed to. Felt like we were a lot better on Saturday in the decisions making. We adapted to everything that McNeese threw at us. They went 2-3 zone. We took 2 quick shots, and then after that, we executed and were able to really get some really good shots against their zone, and were able to extend our lead actually when they went into that zone, even though they caught up, and then we extended and they got back out of it, and then we adjusted. And we got some easy buckets out of what they were doing defensively, man-to-man, and Jamari Gregg gets a dunk. We get a couple of driving layups from, or pop to the elbows from Jovan Zellenbaum. I'm laughing because I just did an interview talking about Jovan and his dad, and I almost called him Andre.
Well, he had a really good game, and now I think for him maybe the challenge will be to put those back-to-back. We've seen the first year and a half he's been here, there's been flashes. Now for him is the next step to put 2 or 3 really good games back-to-back.
Yeah, I mean, we've got to be able to stack games together. Just not Jovan, but everybody's got to start putting games together. And, we've had some good games and then not so good games. They all got to put them on the page. For instance, Jamari Gregg had 11 rebound game on Wednesday of last week, and then he has double-figure points of 13, I believe, on Saturday against McNeese. That's growth to be able to put back-to-back good games together. So we've got to make sure that we do that.
You've got a pretty veteran team. We've mentioned Jamari, Jairus Roberson, Jovan Zellenbaum. They've been here a year and a half. Trenton Masner. You have guys like Larry Owens, who's been here 4 years. C.J. Owens, Brian White's been here 3. You can go on down the roster. You're going to face a team that doesn't operate like that in the last 4 to 5 years, and that's Nicholls. They come in seemingly with almost a different cast of characters every year.
Coach Clonch has done a tremendous job of being able to mesh together players from different backgrounds. He really is, my hat's off to him. That works for him, and he does a great job with it. And his players, he's got great players, great athletes, good basketball players, and they're just a handful to deal with because he has a very demanding coaching style, but at the same time, I think that his players respond very well to him. By demanding, he's getting what he expects, but his players have enough freedom in playing that they've been very, very productive.
And one guy that's been there for a while with him and with the previous staff, and it's a guy whose name, if you're a fan of 80s and 90s basketball, will ring very appropriately. Kevin Johnson, their point guard, a guy that has about 2.5 steals per game, so he disrupts the game on both ends, offensively and defensively.
Kevin is one of my favorite players in this league. I just really enjoy watching him play. He's got a big heart. He competes. I think that part of it is because he's a Louisiana kid that stayed in Louisiana and played there at Nicholls, and just a special player, and he does create a lot of problems for everybody he plays against.
Now, I got to say this. I don't know if any cameras caught it before the game, but there may have been a new tradition that started. You're 1-0 when Justin Tuchek dunks in pregame warmups.
Okay.
So are we going to see that again?
Well, if we got a win, we need to do it every game if it'll help us get a win. So if Justin Tuchek is working on his dunk game, that's awesome. I don't know exactly how he dunked, and I'll try to look for that. But that was a pretty big deal.
He had a little assistance, you could imagine.
He got someone gave him assist.
It took two. It took two.
assists.
So he did hockey style assist. You got a primary and a secondary, but he got up there. So, Coach, thank you so much. We'll see you Wednesday night.